Alright guys, so before I don't own one anymore, I wanted to do a comparison side by side of a 2014 and a 2022. And off the front, I mean, it's just compared to like the differences I did with the black front fascia balance there, the wrapped cross piece there. But basically, this vehicle looked exactly like this. Um, yeah, not much difference. I mean, from the outside, Toyota hasn't really done a whole lot to update. Some subtle differences here. You'll notice this chrome cross piece there. Some people have mixed reviews about that. Then they have this new sensor in the front now. It's like a radar sensor to tell you if there's people in front of you in a crosswalk or a vehicle that is getting close. The car will actually start to beep and let you know. And then if you really got close, it might actually stop for you. As far as wheels, so these are the stock wheels that came with this car, and then I ended up upgrading to these to go with the theme that I wanted. It was the OEM limited wheels, but everything's pretty much the same. I mean, in terms of condition, this car, this one right here, is 8 years older than this brand new one, and I'd like to say that it still looks pretty good in terms of the condition, and not to mention the color white. It's pretty easy it ages gracefully, so that's why I decided to stick with what I know. Mirrors pretty much identical, running boards all the same. Yeah, it's just essentially the same vehicle. You like it? Zeke approved. Of course, there's the smell of a brand new car in this one, but tail lights exactly the same. Emblems, I mean, Toyota hasn't changed anything from, I think this is from 2010 till now. I did mention earlier about the tint on these. Like, there is no tint compared to this one here, where it's blacked out for the most part. And yep, just wanted to show you guys the comparison side by side. This one does have a chrome tip there for the exhaust. This one has regular stock exhaust, but I did show you I'm going to be doing different. I'm going to be doing a little bit different exhaust setup, so there wouldn't be a tailpipe visible from the back. But roof rails, I mean, everything looked exactly the same. That's why I mentioned when I got this car, it just reminded me of like a clean sheet of paper, right? Or a clean canvas that needs to be painted and revised. So tomorrow I'm actually taking the car to get tinted. That's going to be the very first upgrade that I do to this vehicle. Outside of that, as of right now, it's literally bone stock. This is what it looks like. I think when I started my Charger channel, I had already done a couple of things to it before I started recording. I did some debadging. I put the easy lip splitter on the front. Speaking of debadging, that is something I'm going to do. I am removing this SR5 logo, and I have another idea for that. So of course that is an upcoming video, but all I wanted to do today was a quick comparison side by side, since I still have the two cars, in terms of they're exactly the same. And that's why it was a little difficult for me to buy another one, but I had to for my job. Some people noticed this satellite communications antenna on the side, but that's another thing that's missing on this one. So I had a hard time feeling like I'm gonna be buying the exact same car down to the color and the trim. The only difference is two-wheel drive, and I decided to go four-wheel drive, and that's kind of the direction that I'm going with for this car. Being that it's four-wheel drive, I want it to be at least a little more capable in an off-roading setting. I mean, I'm not talking about going crazy and taking on cliffs and ditches and loose boulders, no. But just in case I needed to turn four-wheel or four low on, at least I want to make this a little bit more capable vehicle. So here it is. I'm trying to just capture this moment of it being bone stock, because there will be changes shortly, starting already tomorrow with the tint. So one of the first necessary mods for me is getting some tint done. As you can see, you can look right through the windows and see all the way through. They call this factory tint. Okay, I guess so. Guess we'll call it tint. Technically, it's not clear. It's not a clear window, but still, it's just, it gets hot, and the tint, you know, provides some privacy as well as, you know, heat deflection. I'll show you my other 4Runner that's already tinted. You'll see the difference. Exact same angles. There is zero transparency. Can't see through the other side. It's, you know, it's just a necessary mod, and I guess it would be called a mod. I mean, that's one of the first things getting done on the new ride very shortly. Another difference I noticed is, you know, up here is flat, which I like. But now we turn into Jaws. We got the shark fin. I guess it's like the Siri antenna or whatever, that streaming service that you can purchase that does not work in Hawaii. So I won't even be able to use that. And one of the biggest things I am going to miss, like I think I might have already mentioned, is this. Like, if you look at this, it's a lot more rugged. Yes, the CD player, I'm already starting to miss that. Those of you remember my video where I had the pedal commander installed, and let me just tell you guys, that pedal commander is huge. It is a huge upgrade. I would dare to say a must-have for any 4Runners. So this is the entertainment system. These are the buttons I was talking about. They're just more, they're bigger. I love the way that the buttons are. The knobs are bigger. The new one, it's like regular buttons and the knobs are down here. I don't know. I feel like the new one should have been in the older ones, and this should have been the upgraded version. Of course, that's just my opinion. This is the newer one. No CD player. You know, the knobs are smaller and they have actual buttons versus the larger. In my opinion, it looked more aggressive. Yes, this one does come with a push start, so that's something that Toyota had upgraded to. Total miles there, 18. It had 2 when I bought it yesterday, so the dealership is 16 miles away. But yeah, this, I don't like this. I mean, we don't have this. That's what it is. Sirius XM radio with that shark fin at the top. We can't even use it here in Hawaii, and it just looks ridiculous. But got these floor mats for I already posted them for sale. I was actually getting a lot of inquiries on those for the front and the back. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to find these, and apparently with the supply chain shortage or disruption, they're saying that even the dealerships don't have them. So I didn't realize these would be such a hot item, but I posted them for sale because I already have the replacements. Anyway, guys, so like I mentioned earlier, the vehicle is here, it's home. This is what I'm calling a new chapter. It's just beginning. It's official now that the car is actually here, because until you drive it off the lot, anything could happen. So the transaction is final. Stay tuned to see this stock clean sheet of paper, this one here, turn into something different. Thank you all for watching. This is Ryan from Ride in Style. Yeah.